What if I told you people don't fail their fitness journey because they're lazy? They fail because they literally have no plan. And so that comes down to no plan for their training sessions, their nutrition, their workouts, any of it. And so that's kind of what I'm going to be going through here today on this episode. So they're guessing, what progress even looks like, how often they should train, how many days per week, what they should eat, do they even know what calories or quote unquote what macros are? And so if you've ever said, I need to get back on track, I know what to do, I just need to stick with it. I start really strong and then I fall off, or I'm just tired of starting over all the time. So this is kind of for you. And so the problem usually isn't your motivation, it's a system that you're using. And so most people are following like random workouts, random advice, random diets, and they're hoping that like consistency is gonna appear out of thin air. And I can promise you it won't. And so consistency doesn't come from hype, it comes from structure. And that's really why just having a really, really good routine fixes everything. Because when you have a good routine, you don't have to think about it. It's like brushing your teeth. Most people don't think about it, they just do it. And eating well, hitting your macros and training, literally, no pun intended, is the same difference. And so, and that's like one of the big reasons why TrueFit does work for so many people here, especially if you're over 40, you're new to training, you're new to working out. And so I'll tell you something that might surprise you. Most people who are really confident in the gym, even people who've trained before, a lot of them like still have no plan. And so, they show up, they do what they feel like, they leave and repeat. And usually that'll work for a little bit, but usually most people aren't getting results, or at least as fast as they would like. They feel plateaued. And again, it's not because they're lazy. It's not because they're weak. It's just because they have no plan. And so a lot of people, they try the big box gyms, the YouTube workouts, the random boot camps, 30-day challenges, and they get the same pattern. They start, they grind, they burn out, they stop. And so then they try to blame themselves. But here's the truth. It wasn't built for you to win. Those things are built for you, or it was built for you to try again later. And that's kind of how like a lot of the fitness models work. So everybody signs up in January, they fall off, and then they repeat. And so here at TrueFit, we don't want that for you guys. We want you to be sustainable year after year, lose the weight, whether it's 10 pounds, 50 pounds, and then learn how to maintain it. Maintenance is really like my favorite part, the fun part. And so, the biggest thing is everybody starts with motivation, but that motivation fades. A couple weeks of grinding, getting your training sessions, eating well, it's kind of boring at first. It's not really exciting. Sometimes people see a huge drop in the scale. Sometimes it's a little slower for other people, so it just depends. But, if you don't have somebody to hold you accountable and give you that push to get past that initial quote unquote hump, it's really easy to fall off, and then again, you're starting over. And so here at TrueFit, we've really built a system for accountability. And most people say that they have nutrition accountability, but they actually don't. And so, our biggest thing is making sure you're here for your training sessions, texting you if you're not, and then really just helping you dial in the nutrition and then making the adjustments with your nutrition as you progress, and just based on like really what your lifestyle looks like. And so the biggest thing that makes TrueFit different is we actually have coaching, not somebody yelling quote unquote encouragement, but real coaching comes from, correcting form, scaling your training sessions, making sure the plan actually matches your body, and pushing you at the right time. Because the truth is, like, you can't outwork a bad strategy, and we all know this. The other thing, we want you to be progressive. So we don't do random hard, crazy boot camp workouts. It's really just progression. And so we track your strength, your performance, your movement, your quality. We build you up every 3 weeks, and then we just restart that process. And so it gives you guys a little bit of variety, but it's very safe, very effective. And then of course, I already touched on this, but accountability. And that's gonna be the biggest one, because you're gonna have a lot of motivation at first. That motivation is gonna come and go depending on your sleep. Sometimes you might have to train tired. You might have to go shopping when you're tired. And that's not like a bad thing. Like, we have this thing where it's like, oh, I'm tired, so I shouldn't do it. That's not reality. Like, you're gonna be tired sometimes. You're gonna be sore sometimes, and that's okay. Also, when you're in a deficit, you're gonna be hungry. And some people are like, I can't be hungry, but it's actually a good thing. It means you're actually starting to burn some fat, and we'll see the scale moving for you guys. And so this is kind of like what most people should be looking for in a training program. So like, what should I do next? And so here's the biggest thing. You want to make sure that your training program has clear structure. You want to make sure there's actually coaching quality, not just like give you a tour around the gym and say, good luck. Are you gonna have a trainer there? And if you're new to working out, whether you work with us or not, you have to get a trainer. Somebody who's gonna correct your form. It's really just gonna help you prevent injuries. It's gonna help you train consistently because you have it scheduled. The other thing, we gotta make sure you're progressing. And so that can mean, are we adding more time under tension? Are we adding more reps? Hopefully we're adding both because you're progressing so much. And then of course, accountability. So like what happens if you don't come to one of your training sessions? Is your trainer getting a hold of you? Or does your gym even know you weren't there? Same with the nutrition side of things. It's like, is somebody making sure you're actually hitting your calories, your macro, your meal plan? Or do they just give you a meal plan and say good luck? Or why didn't you follow it? And so, so if you live here locally, you already know, life gets busy, work schedules change, kids get sick, all the things, and most programs don't account for real life like TrueFit does. And so that's why we really built it as a local community model, not a corporate model. And so this is kind of for people who are working professionals, moms and dads, grandmas and grandpas, people who are trying to rebuild their routine. We also have a lot of people who, they're getting close to retirement, they are retired, and now they really want to optimize, the next 25 years, hopefully, of their life. And so long story short, if you're tired of guessing, you're tired of starting over every month, you're tired of trying to motivate yourself, we got you. And so just go to our website, truefitpostfalls.com, TRUFIT. Shoot me a message on there. We'll meet. We'll see if we're a good fit. We also coach people online too. So if you're a little bit farther away, maybe you have a home gym or you're already part of a gym program, but you're lacking in the nutrition, the accountability, we shine on that. So let me know if you have any questions and take care.